Hello Pisces, and welcome to your reading for the weeks of July 23rd through August 5th, 2024. This is a reading if you are Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Rising, or have another significant Pisces placement in your chart. If you're new to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you, and if you're returning, welcome back. This is a reading that is done for those of you who know this channel with the 12 cards, doing the full horoscope spread, looking at all the astrological houses and interpreting the cards in terms of those. The main deck we use is Murray Hope's Way of Cartouche, and our clarifying deck this week will be the Angel Tarot by Travis McHenry. I keep wanting to say McMasters. I think I'm watching too much stuff on the news, and I think they're talking about McMasters, who I think is... Anyway, I think he was some military guy. I can't remember. But anyway, so apologies to Travis McHenry. I feel like I keep saying his name wrong. And then I'm going to be using the Gateway Oracle by Denise Lynn as our follow-up Oracle summary that I usually do. If you do like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want to be notified about these videos. People who subscribe and like, leave comments and such definitely help this channel to grow. Of course, there's a zillion tarot channels out there, so anybody who helps me out in that way, they're definitely appreciated. I did want to also mention I have on this channel, as well as doing tarot, I also have a morning live stream called Morning Coffee with Breege, 6:30 in the morning on Instagram, and I do post those videos here. Sometimes I try to post them on the same day. I'm not always great about doing that, so yeah, sometimes you get 2 or 3 at the same time. And then I also do my channelings with Archangel Azrael, and I'll probably be doing some other videos here. I have videos about Rouhani healing and other things on this channel as well, if you're not familiar. And if you want to know more about my work, the services that I provide and things like that with regard to tarot readings, astrology, human design, energy healing, all these other things that I do, plus the channeling with Azrael, what that's all about, definitely check the description box below for my website and also for the my social media. So, okay. So let's get started with your reading, Pisces. And apologies, the sun's coming in and bringing my my lace curtains are kind of making a pattern on here, but you know, I try to fit these readings in where I can. So yeah, so I'll try to make these as clear as possible. Okay, so yeah, you have kind of been, I think you're still trying to, you've got your own energy, Pisces energy, Nepenthes in the first house. So this is you basically like learning new things about yourself. When Nepenthes comes up in the first house, we may have been taking a retreat or a time out. We may be trying to tune in a little bit more to our inner voice and listen to our intuition a little bit. And Nepenthes energy here is, yeah, I mean, there's, in the house of identity, it's a sense of not knowing exactly who you are or where you're at. You know what I mean? Or it's just that maybe you're discovering things about yourself that you didn't know or didn't realize. I am seeing right off the bat, okay, you, like Aquarius, you have Urias here in the 8th house. So there could have been some sudden twists and turns with this recent astrological energy. We've just had a full moon in 29 degrees of Capricorn that has been conjunct Pluto, and a whole bunch of signs that are right at the end of, a whole bunch of planets, I should say, that are right at the end of different astrological signs. So, for instance, Uranus is at the end of Taurus. Mars was at the end of Taurus and has just moved into Gemini. Neptune is at the end of Pisces. Saturn's at the end of Aquarius. We have both Pluto. We have Pluto and the Moon both at 29 degrees of Capricorn, or very, very close there. There's a whole lot of energy. Jupiter is near the end of Taurus. There's a whole lot of energy like at the end of signs. So this has definitely brought about some almost cataclysmic change for some people. I mean, and with Pluto in the mix, it's just, this is very transformational. There's a lot that's going on right now. And we are also about to move into a Mercury retrograde. So that is going to bring anything that's not completed, it's going to bring that around again. So you have had some maybe surprises, and maybe that's why you're not feeling like you know who you are or where you are right now. I do see, and I do see some difficulties here with regard to a partnership. Now, I don't know if this is a business partnership, if you're married, or if this is about a love relationship, that kind of a thing. This is a house of legalized partnerships. The 5th house has to do more with love affairs. And we have Ta here. So I feel like there's something, the strong Capricorn energy, something that has taken a lot of time, something that's building slow. If you are looking for love and not finding it, this Capricorn energy tends to imply love that comes in a later, as you're older, like the more secure relationships come in as you get older, or maybe you're even dating an older person, I don't know. but there's a sense here, I feel more that this is a sense of slow and steady in terms of love, or things building slowly, or maybe there's even more of a focus on career or job right now, because there does seem to be obstacles in the relationship house. Maybe you recently gotten out of a relationship, maybe that's been the tower moment, so to speak, but we will clarify with the tarot cards to see where you're at. But those definitely indicates there's something karmic about whatever's going on. So I guess my overall feeling about that in terms of people looking for love is that right now you may be more focused on your work. If you are interested in somebody, this may be something that is slow and steady and is not really meant to happen right now. There's a block on that for some reason. But with Thoth, it does seem to indicate the right thing coming in at the right time, whether it's a person you're currently interested in or somebody else. But yeah, I just feel like at the moment, this is just, for whatever reason, things are not happening because it may not be the right time for it. But the right time for it will come. You do have wing disc as an overall, so whatever other opposition you have, this indicates you will overcome it. So no worries about that. I feel like you may be exercising more or more focused on your physical health because you have Sirius here in the 6th house. And that's usually an indication that you're focused more on movement. This is about exercise, sport, things like that is usually connected to Sirius. Sirius can also be connected to the way in which we, exercise our minds as well. The way in which we may try to get rid of, as the creator of the cartouche deck said, deprogram the brain of orthodox concepts, trying to find a different way to look at things. So that could be part of it, but typically in the 6th house, this would have to do with us trying to get our physical bodies in order. You might be going on a long trip because you do have air in the 9th house, and so this is frequently a card of long distance travel. Air is a card of travel generally, but it is showing up in this area. This air, if you're not traveling, air can also bring messages. So this would have to do with, this is an area of Jupiter energy, expansion, higher education, spirituality. This can have to do with things like writing and publishing and stuff like that, because an air is connected to that. So there just may be communications coming from far away, or maybe, I don't know, maybe you're teaching, lecturing, writing, doing something like that. That could also be part of this as well. So take it as it resonates for you. I do feel like right now, whatever you do to reach out, okay, because this house of communication that's right opposite, we have Buckle of Isis. So this is the idea that you have to give something up in order to get somewhere. This could have to do with a business. So if you are somebody who's interested in starting your own business or working, or maybe you already are in one, this would be saying the efforts that you make right now will be rewarded. But again, I feel like there's this sense of hard work. Maybe that's why it's saying, if you have a dream to do something of your own, it may be saying you want to put the work in. Sirius also, this is a house of just jobs and work. This can just be putting the work in as well as the exercise thing. That can also just have to do with putting the work in. And so I feel like it's saying the work you are putting in is going to go somewhere. In fact, you have Ankh in the 10th house, which is the house of your career. That's the Capricorn house. And yeah, this is the house of love. This is the card of love and life. So with Ankh showing up here, I think this is where your vitality, this is where your happiness is right now, in focusing on what it is that you want to do. And when I say career, career and job don't necessarily have to be the same thing. I kind of look at these two together, and I also may look at it with the your own business house, with the 3rd house of business and commerce. But this really is about like what gifts you have that you're giving back to the world. That's really what 10th house energy is about. It's your legacy, what you're giving. And Ankh is indicating that that's the thing you want to focus on right now. Whatever changes have been occurring, that's where your energy is being refocused. You may have, whatever's been happening recently, you may have had changes with regard to hopes and wishes, because you have water in the 11th house. So this has to do with sometimes a current hope or a wish might be replaced with another one. This can also just indicate movement and change. You may be at a point where you're restless. You want to get moving. This can also indicate friends from faraway places, because this is the house of friendship that might factor in. Maybe this is why you want to take a trip. Maybe you're just kind of looking to get out of here and expand your horizons. And it does seem like there is going to be some movement and change on the things that you want. You do have Osiris in your own house, which is the Pisces house. So there may be concerns right now around stability, and there maybe you've even had with Nephthys in the 1st house some self-doubt. Maybe you feel like, can I rely on my judgment? Am I seeing things exactly for what they are? But you do have wing disc overall, which is great because that indicates that you are, whatever's going on right now, whatever's unclear is going to become clear. Also, no worries about money. I mean, you have Lotus here. This is a card of peaceful continuity. So if money has been something that has been keeping you up at night, Lotus does seem to indicate that, you know, at very least it indicates peaceful continuity. Things are not exactly where you want them. They're certainly not going to get any worse. Okay. So, yeah, so that's what we have. We also have this mother energy, this Hathor energy down in the 4th house, which is the house of the mother. So, this is also a very strongly domestic energy. So maybe right now you are spending a lot of time at home or wanting to make your house into a home or whatever your living space is. Hathor is a very strongly domestic energy in the 4th house, and it's about, it can often be associated with homemaking and making something into a comfortable, cozy kind of a space. Yeah, and it does seem like that's interesting, because you have that one. I'm looking at that with the with the 8 of Wands. So, yeah, I don't know. I think you are. Maybe there has been change. Maybe you've moved and now you're just trying to, move in and get unpacked or something. That could be an energy there too. But again, there could be something around. Seeing a lot around mother energy for a lot of people. So I don't know if that applies here for you. But let's see. We've got. Okay, and then what's our overall? Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, you got a lot of aces here, so a lot of new beginnings here. Okay, so yeah, in the 1st house with Nephthys, okay, if you're feeling this self-doubt, if you're not really sure about who you are or where you're going, Strength Indica says basically have courage. Have courage to grow into the person that you are and that you want to be. Excuse me. There's definitely this... there definitely is this idea that you are able to, whatever's going on right now, it may not be clear, it may be confusing, but it is something you are going to be able to manage. With this Lotus energy, you have the Page of Wands, so this indicates good news coming in about money. And also there could be a lot of enthusiasm. There could be new projects, new business opportunities. Remember, we do have that Ankh up here in the 10th house, and we have that with the 6 of Cups. So actually, even with Mercury retrograde coming up, this could be an opportunity. Like, there could be somebody from the past, maybe somebody you worked with in the past, who's going to offer you something, or there's going to be a chance to. There's definitely a chance to kind of revisit something here, which is interesting, I think. Or there's a sense of nostalgia, attached with this. Maybe this was. We're talking about something maybe that you wanted to do, maybe you abandoned it for financial reasons or something, and maybe now you're going back to it. I don't know. But there definitely seems like there's some exciting new possibilities here in terms of your career, and it may be based on something from the past or some offer that somebody's going to make to you from the past. We also have the Page of Cups over here in the 9th house. So this is messages also. Page of Cups tends to be messages that are connected to love and to romance, or at the very least to emotional matters of the heart. And you have this with this travel. So I don't know. I don't know if there's messages, if you have a long distance relationship or there's somebody who's far away, maybe there's going to be a chance for a new beginning of, that's going to be concurrent with a journey somewhere. Given the issues that we're seeing here in the love and romance houses, you do have the Ace of Cups here actually in the 5th house. So if you are looking for love, we have this Ta, this slow and steady. But the Ace of Cups does seem to indicate love and new beginnings. So if this is somebody you've been interested in and it just it seems like it's really taking forever. This is reminding that you are at the beginning of something, but that, not to worry, because, it is going to go somewhere, but right now it's in the beginning stages, so it needs time to grow. And with this difficult energy in the 7th house, we have Temperance. So Temperance, again, this is a Sagittarius energy. It's energy of balance and balancing things out. It's also the indication that you're not going to have to necessarily try too hard for something. I feel like Temperance comes up when we are, we just need to, again, with Ta over in the 5th house, there's just a need to keep things in balance. For people who are already married and you say, okay, this new love thing doesn't apply to me, then I do feel like what we're looking at over here is if there's been some difficulties, they see whatever difficulties you might have been having recently in relationships might be karmic in nature. They might just be the nature of what's going on right now, something that's come up. And Temperance would just indicate, peace reigning in a situation and also finding balance. So that's definitely a good thing. So there's definitely, or there may be also the need to blend opposite points of view. If you and your partner are looking at something from two opposite ways, how do you find a way to integrate those two ways rather than making one yield to the other? That might be part of it. Okay, so you've got the Three of Wands with Sirius in the 6th house here. Three of Wands is, again, this is an energy of collaboration. And you have it, like I said, Sirius, as I mentioned, has to do with, I mentioned this as being connected to exercise and so forth. But if this has to do with work, as Three of Wands definitely implies work or manifesting a particular vision, it's often connected to work or business or some kind of service that you're doing. Again, there definitely seems to be this idea of putting work into this or opening your mind to something here. Three of Wands is about expanding outwards and taking the steps that you need to make to manifest something. And also this has a lot to do with collaborating with others as well. I feel like Three of Wands is an energy of working together and collaboration. In fact, these changes that we're seeing with Urias, we've got the Eight of Pentacles. So again, this is very, very busy energy. This is Eight of Pentacles has a strong Virgo connection, and I feel like this is just you like getting busy, like working on things. And I feel like, you know, as you're working, there's been some twists and turns with this, or there's going to be. But I don't, again, these are not negatives. This is whatever it is, it's something that's maybe allowing you to, work at the thing that you are really more focused on right now. So yeah, I don't know. This 8 with Urias, I'm curious to know if I can get another card with 8 of Pentacles for Urias here. Because that's interesting, because Urias to me is like these bigger changes. Okay, the next card I pulled was the Queen of Cups. So, yeah, I don't know. There's something here. Queen of Cups is, again, that's water energy. That often may have to do with love. It may have to do with romance. Sometimes it has to do with the mother, again, because I remember we said we have this mother energy down here and this Eight of Wands, which is kind of, again, messages or fast movement connected to something in the home. So I don't know. I don't know if something has happened. If not with a mother, it could be the Queen of Cups could just be a water sign woman. I mean, it could be someone who is Cancer, Scorpio, or another Pisces like yourself. It doesn't have to be that at all, though. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be a woman, to be quite honest. I mean, it's just that energy of receptivity, of receiving messages, and putting the work into something. So I don't know. I think it's just saying that in the face of whatever twists and turns there are, you want to just keep plodding along, keep working at what you're doing. There's a lot of new messages coming in, a lot of excitement. Like I said, we've got Page of Cups, Page of Wands, we've got Ace of Cups. Center of your reading, you've got Ace of Wands. Okay, so this is great. This is like a fiery new beginning that we have here, and you have it with this winged disc. So yeah, you are definitely ready to launch into something new. You have the opportunity to manifest something that you've wanted in terms of a job and career, or whatever it is that you are working on that you're trying to offer to the world. There's definitely a chance to expand your horizons here, and there may even be something going on here at distance. With this energy of this buckle of Isis down here that I said that the work you put into something being rewarded, yeah, we have it with the Wheel of Fortune here. So Wheel of Fortune indicates, yeah, this may be an area where change is coming in that, again, change you don't have to plan for. This is just something that's going to more or less happen to you that you're going to respond to, okay? But the Wheel of Fortune also with Mercury retrograde and the fact that this is showing up in the Mercury house, there could be something coming around again. There could be some kind of communication, some kind of person, some kind of situation, maybe somebody who's going to want to reconcile or communicate. But again, Buckle of Isis is growth with a sacrifice. So I think there is going to be something that's going to be coming around with this retrograde that's coming up that you're going to have to correct. And it may have to do with your communications with somebody. It could be an old friend. It could be an old lover. Maybe that's why we're seeing problems in the relationship house. Maybe there's going to be correction in a relationship. But there's definitely this sense here that, whatever changes you make will be rewarded. Whatever you give up. You do have to remember that when new relationships appear during Mercury retrograde, or rather, I should say, old flames come back and return. Maybe this is somebody you even worked with in the 10th house. I don't know. Because we're seeing that past energy up there. You have to be careful because it doesn't always mean that even if that person comes back, even if it seems like, there's a new initial spark, any relationship that happens during Mercury retrograde, or that begins there, or somebody who comes back during that time period, they may disappear by the end of the retrograde, which is around August the 28th. So just be a little wary of that, because it doesn't always, but new things that start up then. So the sacrifice may well be that if this is something that perhaps you've been tempted by in the past, maybe it didn't work out well, maybe now there's a chance to do it again, you're going to want to make sure you reflect on the lessons of the past, and you might just need to, even if it's tempting, to pass up an opportunity. That isn't necessarily the case, by the way. Maybe it will be something that would work for you. I don't know. Or maybe it's something you wanted a chance to fix if it didn't work right the first time. But there's definitely a strong energy. It's something, again, whether that's a business partnership, whether that is a love relationship, whether it was a marriage or something, there just seems to be an opportunity to reconnect and set something to right with somebody. That may actually be what this is about. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, this could be just you being able to restore this balance with somebody when things, went awry. You're going to have this kind of chance to fix the karma here. Karma is really just action, but to fix this particular, whatever might have gone wrong before. And yeah, it's interesting because with this water card, you've got the Nine of Swords. So in terms of a friendship or a hope or a wish you've had, Nine of Swords seems to indicate anxiety, worry, speculation, what if, something that you're concerned about, not going right. Maybe something that's been very emotional too with water. But there definitely seems to be change and flow here. And I don't know, maybe just certain things that have happened have made you think twice about what it is that you want. But Nine of Swords, to me, when that shows up, whatever it is you're anxious about with regard to either a particular friendship or with regard to your hopes and wishes, or your goals, I feel like it's a Nine of Swords energy is more energy of overthinking something and over speculating about a way a person's going to behave or what might have gone wrong. Okay, so so take that as it resonates for you. I always feel Nine of Swords, whenever I see that card, I always actually feel a bit more relieved because it indicates, this is more me overthinking it than it is that there's an actual problem here. So take that for what it's worth. And you've got with Osiris, you've got the Justice card here. So I don't know. The fact that this is in the house, the 12th house, there could be, justice is a desire for the truth, okay? But maybe, I don't know. I feel like maybe secretly there's a situation where maybe you don't want to know the truth. Maybe you feel like there's been a betrayal or something in the past and you're like, maybe I'd just rather not know the real details of that. Or maybe something that you think might be going a particular way and, maybe the facts of it might change that in a way that maybe you're worried about. I don't know. Whatever this situation is, there's definitely a lot of energy that's encouraging you in the area of career, of doing what you want. I feel like there's strong things that are encouraging you to get out there and reach for what it is that you want. But I also see all this past energy coming in, something around a past relationship. It could, like I said, it could be a business liaison. It could be a lovely relationship. But whatever it is, I feel like, and you know what? Now that I'm looking at Ta in this way, Ta sometimes has to do with lessons to be learned. So I think there's going to be lessons around love. Whether this was somebody that you worked with or not, I'm not sure, but there's going to be these lessons that are coming up. So just be aware, like I said, that we're coming into a retrograde, and so what things may not, and there's Urias again, right? Things may not be what they appear. So I would whatever goes on, I would stay on track doing what it is that that you want to do, and understand that whatever's coming up right now, whatever you're being confronted with, this is giving you a chance to kind of release something karmically. And overall, like I said, you have the Winged Disc and the Ace of Wands. So I think you're going to be very successful in releasing whatever it is you need to release with regard to this past connection that's coming back around, or past or situation. Oh, it's interesting. I was just talking about justice and truth, and your card is dwelling in truth this week. So let's see what that's about. Okay. Your message is, there is a place inside of you that always knows the truth. Okay? Take time to be still to discover that genuine place of knowing within. Often the hardest thing about living your truth is discovering what it is. So it's important to slow down, be quiet, and listen to the whispers of your soul. If there's an area of your life which you're not being authentic or where you're not living in integrity, this is the time to make some changes. Okay, so I feel like there may have been some decisions you made in the past, maybe around a relationship, whether this was connected to your work or not. It feels like it might be for some of you. Now I feel like you're at a point where it's like, yeah, whatever this is that's going to come around again, you have a chance to restore balance, maybe where something has been torn apart, whether this is a friendship, like I said, business network, excuse me, or whether this was a past relationship with somebody of a different, love relationship or marriage of some kind. So, yeah, so right now, definitely be strong. This is going to be something that changes you, and that's a good thing. I think whatever this is that's coming up, if you don't know what I'm talking about, then it's going to be a surprise, because we do have Urias in the 8th house. So, I don't know. I feel like you're just going to have an opportunity now in this period of time to make corrections on something, to be confronted with something or a relationship or a situation that you were confronted with in the past, and now you have, you've got the lessons, you've got the knowledge to make a different decision, or to make an informed decision at the very least. So I hope this was helpful for you, Pisces. Again, if you did like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to be notified about these videos, and hit the notification bell if you have not done so already. Thank you to those of you who have, and I will definitely see you in the next video.